What is Salesforce? Salesforce is a CRM delivered as a software as a service, SaaS. What is a custom object in Salesforce? Custom objects are nothing but database tables. It stores data related to your company in Salesforce.com. Once you have defined a custom object, you can do following things like create custom fields, associate the custom object with other records in custom related lists. It displays the custom object data for custom object, records track events and tasks, development of page layouts for the custom object, create a custom tab to analyze custom object data, create dashboards and reports, share your custom tabs, custom apps, custom objects, and any other related components. What is Object Relationship Overview? Object Relationship Overview in Salesforce is used to link custom object records to standard object records in a related list. In simple words, it is helpful to track product defects associated with customer cases. You can define different types of relationship by creating custom relationship fields on an object. What are the reasons for data loss? Data loss may cause due to the following reasons: changing Salesforce data and datetime, altering to percent, number, and currency from other data types, changing from the multi-select pick list, checkbox, the auto number to other types, altering to multi-select pick list from any type except pick list, changing to auto number except for a text, changing from text area to email, phone, URL, and text. How can SaaS be helpful to Salesforce? As SaaS is a subscription-based, customers can always choose not to renew if they are dissatisfied. Customers can avoid a large initial investment in an IT infrastructure and day-to-day hustle of maintaining infrastructure. SaaS customer provides the same provider infrastructure and also easy integration. SaaS applications use a simple internet interface that makes more accessible for the customer to use. SaaS always provide the latest platform to the customer with innovation. How Salesforce useful in tracking sales? Salesforce records all the necessary details like the number of customers served daily, daily sales volume, sales manager detailed reports, sales numbers in each month or quarter. Also, it keeps a track on the repeat customer, which is key to success for any sales organization. How many relationships are included in SFDC? What are they? There are two types of relationships: master detail relationship, lookup relationship. What the difference between isNull and isBlank? IsNull, it supports for a number field. isBlank, it supports for a text field. What is a trigger? The trigger is a code that is executed before or after the record is updated or inserted. What is the use of the static resource in Salesforce? With the help of static resources, you can upload zip files, images, jar files, JavaScript and CSS files that can be referred in a Visual Force page. The optimum size of static resources for an organization is 250 MB. What is the difference between Force.com and Salesforce.com? Force.com is PaaS, platform as a service, while Salesforce.com is SaaS, software as a service. What actions are available in the workflow? Actions available in the workflow are email alert, task field, update, outbound message. What is the limit of Datacom records that can be added to Salesforce? User can see their limit form setup by clicking Datacom Administration Users. From the Datacom Users section, the user can see their monthly limit and how many records are exported during the month. What are the different types of custom settings in Salesforce? Different types of custom settings in Salesforce includes hierarchy type, list type. What are the three types of object relations in Salesforce? Different types of object relations in Salesforce includes one-to-many, many-to-many, master detail. What are the different types of reports available in Salesforce? Different types of reports available in Salesforce are tabular report. It displays the total in the table form. Matrix report. It is a detailed report in which the grouping is done based on both rows and columns. Summary report. It is a detailed form of the report in which the grouping is done based on columns. Join report. With these two or more reports can be joined in the single reports. Is it possible to schedule a dynamic dashboard in Salesforce? No, it is not possible to schedule a dynamic dashboard in Salesforce. What does it indicate if an error states this list has no rows for assignment? The error that tells list has no rows for assignment indicates that the list you are trying to access has no values in it. What is the junction object and what is its use? Junction objects are used to build many-to-many relationships between objects. You can take a recruiting application example, where a position for a job can be linked to many candidates, and in the same manner, a candidate can be related to the different locations. So, to connect this data model, you need a third-party object. This object is referred to as a junction object. Here, job application is the junction object. What is an audit trail? Audit trail function is helpful in knowing the information or track all the recent setup changes that the Salesforce admin does to the organization. It can store the last 6 months of data. Explain dashboard in Salesforce. A dashboard is the pictorial representation of the report, and we can add up to 20 reports in a single dashboard. How many controllers can be used in a Visual Force page? As Salesforce comes under SaaS, one can use only one controller and as many extension controllers. What is the difference between SOQL and SOSL? SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language. SOSL, Salesforce Object Search Language. Only one object at a time can be many objects can be searched at a time. Searched query only email, phone, and text query all type of fields. It can be used in classes but not in it can be used in triggers and classes. Triggers DML operation can be performed on DML operation cannot be performed on query results search result. What is the meaning of Gunner limits in Salesforce? In Salesforce, Gunner limits helps you to controls how much data or how many records you can store in the shared databases. Salesforce uses a single database to store data from different clients. Why are Visual Force pages served from a various domain? Visual Force pages help you to serve from a various domain. It allows you to improve security standards and helps you to block cross-site scripting. How are bucket fields used in Salesforce? You can use bucket fields in Salesforce to group according to their field values. However, these fields are never created on the Salesforce platform, and it is only found in the report section. Name out different ways of deployment in Salesforce. You can deploy code in Salesforce using the following methods. Change set Salesforce package.com migration tool Eclipse with Force.com IDE. Name various types of sandboxes in Salesforce. 4 types of sandboxes is Salesforce are Developer Pro Partial Copy Full. Give any 5 reasons for loss of data in Salesforce. Most prominent reasons for loss of data in Salesforce are changing data and datetime when you are trying to migrate the number, currency or percent from other data types. If you made a change in the multi-select pick list of any kind except pick list, changing to autonumber apart from the text, changing from text area to email, phone, URL, and text. What is CRM? CRM is a short form of customer relationship management. It is a kind of software that stores customer contact information like name, address, age, phone number. It also keeps tracks of various customer activity like numbers of website visits, outgoing and incoming phone calls, email, etc. Name the fields which automatically indexed in Salesforce. Primary keys, foreign keys, audit date, and custom fields are fields which are indexed automatically in Salesforce. Explain future in Salesforce Cloud Computing. Future annotation denotes that the specific block will be executed when the required resources are available. What are the differences between workflow and trigger? Workflow is an automated process which works on action based upon evaluation and rule criteria. On the other hand, trigger is the code that is executed on or after the record is updated or inserted. What is a wrapper class in Salesforce? A wrapper class is a type of class whose instances are a collection of other objects. It is mainly used to display different objects on a Visual Force page in the same table. Can you write getter and setter methods in Salesforce? Yes, in Salesforce we can code the getter method to get the value of a variable to Visual Force pages, while the setter method to set the value of that specific variable. What is Apex? Apex is an object-oriented programming language. It helps you to execute flow statement and transaction control Salesforce servers with the help of an API. Apex also allows Salesforce developers to add business logic into their programming code. What is a static resource in Salesforce? With Salesforce Static Resource, you can upload images, zip files, CSS files. It can be referred in a Visualforce page. Explain Apex transaction. An Apex transaction is a set of operations that are executed as a single unit. The operations are mostly DML operations, which are responsible for querying records. These operations are maybe successful, or an error occurs in saving a single record. At that time, the entire transaction is rolled back. What is trigger new? Trigger new is a command that returns the list of records that have been added recently to the subjects. It only returns those records which are yet to be saved to the database. Here, the subject list is only available in insert and update triggers. Moreover, the records can only be modified in before triggers. What is roll-up summary? Roll-up summary displays the count of child records and allows you to calculate the sum, minimum and maximum of fields of the child records. Explain manual sharing in Salesforce. Manual sharing is a method to share a record to a specific user manually. You need to go to the detail page of the record and click on Manual Sharing option and assign that record to some other user with read-only or read-write access. What is the difference between role and profile? Role is record-level access which is not mandatory for all usage, while the profile is object and field-level access and which is mandatory for all users. What is the difference between WhoID and WhatID? WhoID refers to people like contact or leads, whereas WhatID refers only for objects. Name types of bindings used in Visualforce. 3 types of bindings used in Salesforce are data bindings. It refers to the data set in the controller action bindings. It refers to action methods in the controller component bindings. It refers to some other Visualforce components. What is custom label concept in Salesforce? You can access custom text values from Apex classes and also from any Visualforce page which known as custom labels. How many custom labels can you define and of what size? There is a minimum of 5,000 custom labels for each organization that can be created. The label size is almost 1,000 characters. Explain deterministic formula fields in Salesforce. The deterministic formula field is a value which is static or known. What is the user of App Launcher namespace? App Launcher is a method which will look after the appearance of the app, the visibility and order. What is the sharing rule? The sharing rules are applied whenever a user wished to allow access to other users. What is data skew in Salesforce? In Salesforce, data skew is a condition which you will occur when working for a big organization when there are more than 10,000 records. So, when users perform updates, performance issue will be encountered. It happens because of data skew. How many controllers can be used in a Visualforce page? As Salesforce is a SaaS service, it allows you to use only one controller and as many extension controllers. Explain visibility enum. The term visibility enumeration means that a cached value is visible only the value's namespace or in all namespace.